Hello everyone, welcome back to another DozCast episode. I'm your host, Mr. Dawes, joined again by Brother Dawes, and today I'm going to be reading some Reddit stories for you. And today's theme, or topic, whatever you want to call it, is all about the updates. So these are going to be stories with some
Updates,
wild
people, updates.
updates. So with that said, let's go and jump right in the story here. I am at a loss to do, or at a loss as
What?
to English, man. Like I said, we're gonna be here a while. I am at a loss as to what to do with my female male 54 wife's female 51 request.
Ah, damn, alright, send me the next one. This is putting me out of retirement. Fuck off.
My wife and I have been married since 2001. Damn. And together since
Imagine.
1999. Yeah. She is the most intelligent, thoughtful, caring, loyal person I know. And I have always thought of myself as fortunate to have met and married her. She is, even to this day, aesthetically beautiful, and men have told her this throughout our marriage. She has always shot them down. Damn. Like with a gun, or
She always gunned them down.
did drive-bys on them? Can I get your number, girl? Just give me 1 second. Earlier this year, she was diagnosed with urine cancer, stage 1, and had a full hysterectomy. I was never concerned about the cancer. It was diagnosed early, dealt with quickly, and she made a full recovery. I took time off of work to look after her after the surgery, and all seemed well. There were some to be expected emotional instances on her past, and although on her part, sorry, uh, and although I am not an emotional person, we dealt with them together. After her
Recovery?
yeah, no, it says recover. I was like, did I read that wrong? After her recover, she was uh, insistent that we start living life to the fullest, and took a 10-day trip to Europe, followed by a trip to Basel. We also have,
Hazel?
yeah, Basel. That's what, no, Basile? I don't know. Whatever. Who cares? This country doesn't exist. I don't care what you're saying. We also have a trip to the UK and Spain/Portugal later this year. I am fine with these things, building memories and crossing off bucket list adventures off our list. I also understand that these are the result of feeling fatigue on her part. She also took up yoga, swimming, and healthy cooking classes. I was fully on board until last week. No, sorry, I thought I had a burp coming on. Last week, she has she came home from work and told me she wanted a hall pass. You know what a hall pass is, right?
Nope.
Uh, a one-time
Is
opportunity
it
to have sex with someone else besides me. That's a hall.
masturbate?
Yeah, a hall pass is okay. A hall pass is cheating essentially, but it doesn't count because your partner was okay with it.
Oh, damn. I got a hall pass on all my exams in college.
She said that since her cancer diagnosis, her outlook on life has changed and she doesn't want to be handcuffed from doing things she wants to do. Uh,
Good God.
hey, I know I was dying of cancer and you're with my on my deathbed, well, not deathbed, but you know what I mean. There by my side every day of that week, or however long this took. But listen, you're not it.
Well, imagine just a woman is just like, you know, I love you and all, but wouldn't it be kind of cringe if you were my only body that I ever had sex with? I'm sure you understand, right? How does that make you feel?
she explained that there is this guy at work that she has always had some attraction to. He is leaving the company and she will never see him again. So this is the perfect opportunity to sleep with someone else. She said that I could say no, of course, but that she would be mad slash disappointed at me for an indeterminate amount of time, and that it would be confirmation of my male toxicity and insecurity. Ah, yes, of course. Not wanting your partner to cheat on you. That. There's being Andrew Tate, and there's not wanting to be cheated on. Everyone knows the bar is that high. I don't consider myself to be toxic, and if not, wanting your wife of 20 plus years to have sex with someone else is insecure, then I guess I am insecure. I told her that I appreciate her talking to me about this, but approval via how do you say this word? I know what the word is, but I cannot for the life of me say
Spell
it.
it.
Coercion.
Coercion.
Thank you. Is not approval. I also said that I do not appreciate her language in describing my, as of yet, unknown reaction to this very large issue that could affect the rest of our life and marriage. I got up in the morning and she basically said that she was sorry for putting such a large decision solely on my shoulders and that to help, uh, she was taking the decision away from me. She booked a hotel near where her coworkers were having a party slash send off for this guy, and she would spend the night there with him and hope that I would be here when she got back. That she would answer any questions I have the night after it happened, but not before. She will not tell me who he is or anything about him because she knows me too well and that I will dwell and obsess over him. And that would make it too real for me, which is pretty accurate. Her POV is that the less I know, the better, which contradicts the offer to tell me anything I want to know. After it happened, I think she knows I won't want to know slash ask anything, or she will simply not tell me. Part of me thinks at least she has been honest with me, and she has been through a lot since finding out she had cancer, so maybe I should just let it happen. I certainly have no concept of what she has gone through, so I cannot dismiss how this has affected her mental state slash outlook on life. Part of me wants to put my foot down and say this is not going to happen and deal with the consequences when they happen. Her BFF called me callous for even suggesting that I wouldn't let it happen because I have no idea what she went through. I find it hard to believe that she is okay with the possibility of throwing away 20 plus years of marriage over some guy. What that she has had no relationship with outside of work and that I should simply call her bluff. Maybe she thinks similarly, that I won't throw away the marriage because of one encounter. I just don't know what to do. I empathize with her, then an instant later I'm angry with her. Part of me wants to know who is this guy? What does he look like? What has he got that is so enthralling to her? Is he just a safe option? Is he married? Does the wife know? Would I be callous? Would I be a callous asshole for saying no? What can I do besides walking away? Damn.
Dumper.
Yeah. Leave her ass. Unless this is some kind of prank, I'd be like, nah, you want to throw away our marriage?
Yeah, sorry. If you're willing to do it once, that's not the only time you're willing to do it.
Exactly.
So
So that was posted on June 24th, 2023, and then the update is June 28th of 2023, so 4 days later. I received a ton of advice that I couldn't possibly respond to. I do appreciate the people who took time to offer me advice in the comments or via PM. It has been an exhausting couple of days. I was hoping that there's a burp somewhere in me that just does not want to come out. I was hoping my opposition to her plans would give her a pause, but unfortunately that did not happen. I said I am a hard no and that I'm not sure how I feel about you if you go ahead with it. I was then again met with, "This is for me. It will be a one time. What can I say to help you deal with it? You'll get over it. We are meant to be regardless of the situation." Remarks leading up to Saturday. She left Saturday to meet her coworkers, but in reality, to fuck the guy. I asked her to text me when she was leaving for the bar, and when she did, I asked her if she was really going to go through with this. After her response, "I am not answering any more questions tonight. I will see you tomorrow," I blocked my wife. Then I did something either stupid or brilliant. I went to the bar where the get together was happening. Well, not the bar, but the transit bench across the street. I waited a long time. It was running through my mind leading up to this event that I need to know who this guy is. Maybe to compare myself against him to see what he had that I did not. It was driving me crazy not knowing who he was and what was so special about him that she would ruin our marriage for him. After what seemed like an eternity, a woman that I recognized from my wife's office left the bar and got in a cab. Soon other people started filling out, and a whole group came out, and people were hugging a man, shaking his hand. I assumed that had to be my guy. I didn't see my wife and had a brief thought that maybe she called it off. I unblocked her and there were no messages. Everyone said their goodbyes and left. Dude was standing outside for a few minutes, and then my wife came out. She looked around, took his hand, and they started walking away together. Of all the emotions I went through, trepidation, sadness, anger, it was disgust that had really uh, encapsulated the event for me. The guy was short, fat, and bald. All the things I cannot compete with. Ultimately, I felt like a pervert watching them from a distance. I followed them until they got to the hotel, and then I turned around and went home. I woke up Sunday morning and I put a lock on the master bedroom door. I moved all her things to the spare room and left a note asking her to find other accommodations as quickly as possible. I visited another friend who was a lawyer, and he gave me some sage advice and a couple of recommendations for divorce attorneys and made the introductions. My wife had been calling me numerous times since 11 or so. Once blocked, the calls go to voicemail. I listened to the first couple, but it felt like nothing but satisfaction when she couldn't get through to me, and she was obviously becoming concerned. I didn't want to go home, but I left in such a hurry that I didn't plan an overnight properly. I got home around 9, and per my buddy's advice, I recorded the interaction. I was halfway up the stairs when she came out of the family room asking what was going on. Could we talk? I thought we talked about this. I just answered with, damn it, sorry, I had to rub up my eye and lost my spot. I just answered with, "I am not interested in discussing this tonight," and went to bed. After not getting a response from me through the door, she left me alone. I feel like kind of a child for not talking to her and shutting the door on her, but I just couldn't look at her. Monday, I got up and ready for work. She was waiting for me and asked if we could discuss getting back to normal. Wow. I said you had been doing all the talking for the both of us for the last week. Why don't you continue? And left for my work. I have an appointment this week with the attorneys for my friend recommended for this week.
Damn, that's a good line.
What, you've been doing all the talking?
Yeah, you've been doing all the talking for us. Why don't you keep talking? Baller.
Yeah. All right. Update number 2.
Oh God.
Yep. My lawyer wasn't available for a few days, so I was faced with the reality of having to live with my wife in the interim. Yeah, that's a word. I really didn't want to go home and have any discussion, let alone a discussion about our relationship. When I did get home, I was basically ambushed by her friends and my mother-in-law. Instead of taking the remorseful approach, they decided that a full court press was what the situation warranted, and I was basically bombarded, berated by them. The BFS was definitely the ringleader. Well, that was not English. Ringleader, but all of them decided to say such things as she's been through a lot. You don't know what she's been going through. You have no idea what it's like to face something like this. This was a one-time thing. At least she told you she could have hidden it from you. She will never see that guy again. And my favorite, you are an asshole for what you have been putting her through for these last couple days. Whatever. Quick pause here. He kind of does know what she's been going through because he even said he took time off work to be with her during this process. Now, sure, he wasn't getting any medication or anything like that, but he was by her side. So he knows a thing or two about what she's gone through. And to go through that and say, you know what? I think I'm going to cheat. Yeah, nah. I listened with a dumbass smirk on my face when there was, and there, on my face, and when there was a lull in their fury, I asked if they were all done now. Then I asked my wife if there was anyone in her circle of friends or anyone else she forgot to tell about this. Nice. I quietly informed all of them that I was going to sit down with their husbands and tell them how they verbally abusing me, shaming me and trying to coerce me into staying with the cheater. After I told them to leave, I said that I had no say in an entire event, and so they have no say in whether I stay or not. My soon-to-be ex-wife sort of apologized. She said that she regretted the entire thing. I said, is there a difference between regret and remorse? You regret what happened because of your cause and effect. You regret because your life will never be the same. Our relationship will never be the same because you were Wally and willfully. I don't know what Wally is, but okay.
Wally?
Maybe it's supposed to be holy, but I've never seen holy spelled like that, so I don't know. Unconcerned about me and what I wanted. She asked if I had any questions that would answer. If I had any questions that she would answer them now. No matter how disturbing, I said the one question I do is why, not necessarily why this guy, why this low-end, unattractive, unfit guy. Damn. Fuck that guy. Sorry.
He did.
Good point. Don't fuck that guy. She said that she. Oh, but why not someone else in the first place? She said that the cancer scared her to her core. She felt like rushing toward mortality and stepping out of the tunnel was appealing. She said that after all this time of being a wife and a mother, she's a mother too?
Good God.
And worrying about family, this was something just for her, an escape. The guy was just someone who was interested in her for a long time. She knew wouldn't say no. She knew wouldn't say no. Okay. He wouldn't say no. Okay. And was completely opposite to me. I said if I was going to risk my marriage, the woman would have had to been a serious upgrade from you. I told her that I saw you and him coming out of the bar that night. I watched you two walk from the bar hand in hand towards the hotel. I said that you looked too familiar with each other and asked if there was something going on before this. She said no, but who knows if that's true or not. I said that in all years together, your lack of respect for me was astonishing. I finished by saying that I would never be able to look at myself in the mirror again. I considered that level of disrespect There we go. Finally, disrespect and stayed with you. I said I hope we can go our separate ways, and I have an appointment with a lawyer later that week. I again asked her to find some other accommodations, and she simply said, "I am not going anywhere. We are not getting a divorce." Well, yeah, rich. Uh, I will give you all the time you need and do whatever you need to recover from this. We will get past this. She has asked me to go to marriage counseling, which I refused. Why would I go to marriage counseling? I did nothing to warrant needing a therapist advice. Advice, sorry. Uh, I had her served and gave her a notice to vacate. She has moved in with her mom, but I find her constantly coming by to see if I need anything, making suggestions like, what if we had an open relationship only for your side, or threesomes? Which seems kind of desperate and pathetic, re- rebuffing her constantly by and telling her that she has to call to ask permission before coming by, and finally seems to be getting through to her that there will be no us going forward. She has said that she will drag the divorce out for as long as possible, but so far been compliant. The worst part of all this is telling my daughter that we are getting a divorce and why, followed closely by her begging me to give her mom another chance. Oh my god. No.
She probably doesn't understand.
I guess it depends on how old she is. But I mean, these two are like 50, and like I'm like, oh, I guess it depends on when they had the child. But like, surely she, I don't know, whatever. Unless they had her
I'm
recent.
assuming at the oldest, she's probably like a teen.
Yeah, exactly.
She probably doesn't understand.
Uh, I am not sure I would have been afforded the same consideration if I was the only one who was cheating.
He wouldn't.
No, definitely not. All right. There's one more update. There's not too much to report. We are in the process of getting divorced. Uh, however, where we live, we must be legally separated for 1 year. My soon-to-be ex-wife has said that she will give me whatever I want in divorce if I agree to attend marriage counseling, but I am not interested. Why would you attend marriage counseling if you're getting a divorce? I don't think your brain works. There was a bit of back and forth while we worked out what separation looks like in everyday life from this point forward. As a result, we have only agreed to the confines of legal separation. So as we move towards uh, def- defying the divorce language, maybe my stance will change. The house was a permanent asset, so she has no claim to it. Oh, premarital asset, sorry. The only things she could go after are my pension, vehicles, vacation, property, but I would consider that she lived rent free for 20 plus years and has her own money plus inheritance from her father. I may have offer up offer a top retirement as she was a stay-at-home mom while our daughter was young, but that would be the most at this point. I received a lot of messages about her friend group and my daughter, so I will clear up misconceptions now. My daughter isn't taking her mother's side. She has always been a mama's girl, but is very unhappy with her mom right now. Her initial reaction was just shock and held out hope that we would work through any issues and stay together. Now she accepts that this is not going to happen. She has been limiting her interactions with her, but at the end of the day, she is still her mom. Okay. The friend group husbands were upset at the level of complicity of their wives in aiding and abetting the con contact slash cheating wife, and made them cut off my wife. Damn, they killed her. But that seems to be forgotten at this point. The BFF was the ringleader and seems to have taken pleasure in actively creating scenarios where they would be in contact. At the very least, encouraging to the point of causing her husband to question her motives. It turns out she didn't like me at all, and this was her way of sticking it to me. I guess she wins. The BFF's husband said that they were sexting. There were some sexting in his wife's messages, but said he is dealing with it. We did not meet up with him being apologetic for. We did meet up with him being apologetic for his wife's complicity, but it's not his fault, and I just want to move on. I decided not to date anyone for a while. I will not be getting married ever again, so that is it. I doubt I will post again unless she wins the lottery and I find it in my heart to forgive her. Well, that's good. I was like, damn, the daughter's really on her mom's side, but it sounds like eventually she was like, actually, nah. So, not the happiest of ending, but I'm glad OP is getting a divorce because he needs it. This woman is
Yeah.
clearly insane.
You just don't know what she's been through.
Right, my bad. Let me just go through cancer real quick and cheat on my partner.
Your Honor, I plead that my client says that you don't know what they've been through.
And the judge is like, damn, you got me there, actually.
That's true. It's yeah. You can't attack that defense. That's strong.
Yeah.
That's a solid defense.
Every time I curse out one of my customers, I'm going to start using that defense. Hey, man, you don't know what I've been through.
You don't know what you specifically have put me through.
It's the guy who, like, threatened to rip off my head. Hey, man.
Now, in a simple world, the BFF would just be hanged from a tree. Definitely. But unfortunately, we live in an unjust world, so she gets to walk free.
Yeah, whatever happened to burning witches on a cross? I don't get that.
Burning bitches on a cross. We need to change the vernacular.
Yes, of course. First there was the Salem witch trials. Now there's got to be the Salem bitch trials.
True. But in Salem, Oregon this time.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, damn. Why'd you have to start with such a depressing one first?
Because
Did you already read this one?
I had heard the first original two updates somewhere else.
Mm. Yeah. Simple for me. If you cheat, you're not worth it.
Yep, exactly.
Eh, it makes it worse that it was premeditated, you know?
Like she already had the guy lined up and whatnot.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's worse. Not saying that I would give it much credence, but if it was a lapse of judgment, that would at least make me hear you out. I'm not sure I'd ultimately listen, but I'd give you a chance to stake your claim. But state your claim, I mean. And but like premeditation, no. And the fact that he saw them just like being too friendly with each other.
Yeah.
That tells me that yeah, I think something had been going on.
Yeah. I can't even like think of a situation where this would be okay to ask someone, "Hey, do you mind if I just cheat on you?"
He should have just asked the same thing. He's like, okay, cool. Well, I'm gonna go out with Vanessa tonight. If you're gonna go out with Earl, or whatever the hell his name
Earl.
would have been. Seems like
Definitely
an
Earl.
Earl.
Yeah, just the way
Yeah,
just the way he described him, Earl. That's his name. No, I know for a
yeah,
fact.
just say that. Yeah, well, I mean, it goes both ways, I guess. I've been really wanting to fuck this chick for so long, dude. Thank goodness you've given me permission now.
What? No, I haven't. No, you have because you want to go cheat. You don't get to say anything in the matter. Sorry. And if you do try to say something against it, it'll be clearly that's your female toxicity coming at me.
You're not saying this to make it any better, but I'm actually quite surprised you didn't even suggest it. But like, well, well, I mean, she kind of did, but like the same night. Like, well, I mean, I'm in to go out with this guy, but why don't you go out with a girl that night too?
Yeah.
Anyone you want. She did it after the fact, you know. He's like, you can just have an open relationship with me, and I will stay loyal to you. Nah, these hoes ain't loyal. That's what you learn.
Yeah. As the good book says, these hoes
Hmm.
are not loyal.
It
Anyway,
also says payback's a bitch.
that too. Next story.
Am I reading this one?
Do you want to?
Well, I mean, you take forever, so.
Hey man, you tried graduating with a fourth grade reading level. There you go. Enjoy.
Send it on Messenger?
Yes. Where else am I going to send it?
Discord? I have to open Messenger
Oh my god. What an inconvenience.
on my computer. All right, new update three. Wait, where do I start? Oh my God, there's so much information here.
Start
New
from
update
where it
3 months later.
original post. June 29th, 2024.
All the way at the bottom. Wait, what? September. Oh, never mind. Wait, what? Okay, here we go. Do you want me to read the title?
Uh, the future mother-in-law thing.
Yeah, future MILF. Just kidding. Future mill mother-in-law, 54 female, called me 23 female stupid. And now I'm considering calling off the wedding. How do I approach the situation? That's it? Okay, I guess there's more to the story, but like,
That's just the title,
I
bro.
think, yeah. Okay, trigger warning. I'm not gonna click on that. I guess I don't want to be spoiled. I'm a 23-year-old female engaged to John, 24-year-old male. We've been together for 5 years. We want to get married in July 2025. That's coming up. I always thought that his family liked me because we get along well. He has two older brothers, 26 and 29, both married. Honestly, I was very excited to have them all as my in-laws. They were always kind to me. Some kind of important information about a year ago when I was scrolling on Instagram, I saw a profile that was kind of cringy, but in a cute way. It was an older woman's profile who shared inspirational quotes. Yeah, we all know those. I remember one particular post, and it was something in the lines of, only stupid people pretend to know everything. Don't pretend, just ask. Honestly, this quote changed me in a lot of ways. Before that, I was always worried that I might embarrass myself if I don't know something, and after reading that quote, I realized that if I always pretend that I know everything, then I'll miss out on actually getting to learn about things. Very true. So, I decided to change my habits and start admitting that sometimes I genuinely don't know. Someone is talking about the war in Kosovo. Okay, sure, but first, let me ask some questions so I can really understand what we're talking about. And I ask a lot of questions sometimes, okay? Don't overdo it, lady. I sometimes even open up. Yeah. Hey, you hear about the recall on milk? What is milk? Okay, lady. Tell me what a cow is.
What's a recall?
Total Recall? Is that Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Whoa. Sorry, go ahead.
I sometimes even open the Notes app and write in some questions that oh my gosh, lady, that I later want to find answers to. These are my latest. How does time work in the black hole? Why
What?
some snails have shells and others don't? What food is okay for ducks? How does the light bulb work? How does everyone see colors the same? How can we know? Vsauce has a video about that. How can we know that? Sorry for the long introduction, but it was kind of necessary for understanding what kind of person I am. I know that sometimes I might come across as annoying.
It's
Now
just
on to
like
yeah, I'll say.
one of the comments. One of the comments is just like, let me tell you about Vsauce. All right, go
Really?
ahead. No, I was just like, imagine if that was one of the comments.
Now on to the problem. His parents hosted a small barbecue last weekend for the family. Only for the family. So it was the mom, dad, who's 59, brothers, and their wives, who are 27 both. I was the last person who showed up because I had to work late. I entered the house, and when I was walking towards the back of the house into the yard, I heard John's mom talking about me. To be honest, she wasn't talking about me, more like mocking me. I heard her say in a high pitched voice, "How does the sun work? Where should I put the fork? Why does nobody like me? And how do I wipe my ass?"
Damn, this
I
mom's
just
funny.
stood there. I had this sinking feeling. I couldn't move. I just stood there, and I heard them all laughing. One of the wives said, "I actually don't mind her always asking questions. I think it's cute." And it made me feel hopeful that they will say something like, "Yeah, we're just playing. We love that." But none of them did. Instead, the mom replied, "It's not cute. She's just stupid." And after that, they laughed. I heard John laughing. My heart kind of broke in that moment because he didn't even say one positive thing. He didn't defend me. He just laughed. I quietly turned around and left the house. I texted John that I got sick and I have to stay home. Now I'm wondering how I should approach this situation. We live together and I sleep in the guest bedroom for now, and I use the excuse that I don't want him to get sick from being around me. I can't ignore him forever, and I can't pretend to be sick anymore because it's been too long. I'm not sure how I proceed. Maybe it was a misunderstanding. I'm considering talking to them about this, but I'm also worried that they won't be honest with me. I can't marry him if he really thinks I'm stupid. But I also can't marry into a family who thinks so little of me. But maybe it was a joke, and I shouldn't take it so seriously. I'm so torn apart, and every day I convince myself a bit more that it's okay, and sometimes we should all laugh about ourselves. Now I feel like I'm just going crazy. I would really appreciate some advice. Too lazy didn't read, overheard future mother-in-law calling me stupid, and my fiance laughed. Considered leaving him, wondering if it might just be a
That's
joke,
what
a
TLDR
misunderstanding.
means?
Yeah?
God damn. I kept reading. I'm like, what the fuck is TLDR?
Alright.
Don't include it. If you're too lazy to read, get the fuck off Reddit.
I like TLDRs, but whatever. Except this one's too broad, but it's okay. Need advice on how to navigate the situation? Edit. It's not an update. Edit. There are many comments saying that they cannot stand people like me. I agree that, damn. I agree that sometimes I can be a bit too much with the questions. But with that being said, I still think I'm within reason. I don't do it around people I just met. I rarely do it at parties or other gatherings. I usually do it with people who are close to me, who I think wouldn't judge me, or with people who specifically have knowledge about something and are willing to share it. If I'm a part of a conversation, I'm not rude and I'm not interrupting. I usually just ask one or two questions. If a discussion is about the climate change, I'm not asking about monkeys if you know what I'm saying. I'm also not a complete dumbass. I don't ask questions which generally would be considered dumb to other people. Those I write in the notes and check answers later. Oh, those I just write in the notes and check later in the answers later in the internet. I'm capable of reading, so I make good use of it. But after all, I still do ask questions a lot. Update. 3 days later. First of all, I wanted to say thank you to the people who reached out to answer my questions about black holes, snails, ducks, light bulbs, and other stuff. I would love to have you as my friends. For the other people who said I should just shut up, I really don't care if you find me annoying or hard to be around. I'm okay with that. I don't exist to please everyone. I'm just here for a good time. I have my own interests and learn. I didn't expect my post to gain so much attention, so but I'm so grateful for the advice. Most of you told me to break up with him and, at the very least, confront him. So that's what I decided to do. You gave me a push and confidence to do it. But before I did that, I texted the wife of John's brother, the one who said she liked me asking questions. I asked if we can meet up for coffee. She said sure. We met, and I didn't see the point in pretending to be her, or to her that I didn't hear their conversation. So after some small talk, I just said, I heard you talking about me during the barbecue. She immediately got sad and she feels embarrassed. She explained that it wasn't a joke, wasn't out of context, that it was just mean and hurtful. She said she's sorry for not defending me more, but I said that it's okay and I understand. I told her that I don't blame her for anything and I just wanted to make sure that that I understand the situation and see it for what it really was. And it was, and it really was laughing about me behind my back, just bullying. At this point, I just had to confront John. In my last post, so many comments were saying that he will probably try gaslighting me, and you were right. Damn.
Men.
We were having dinner together for the first time since the barbecue happened because before I tried my best to avoid him. Yes, I know, not very mature of me, but other than you guys, I don't really have a strong support system. My family and my best friends are hundreds of kilometers away. Oof, kilometers.
Yeah.
Oof.
Canadian.
I only have 2 good friends here. I was so stressed I thought I was going to pass out. My legs were shaking and I was terrified because I knew deep down that this is the moment when my 5-year relationship goes down the drain. I looked him in the eyes and said, "How does the sun work? How does the sun work?" He looked confused, so I followed with, "Where should I put my fork? Why does nobody like me?" At this point, realization hit him, and he started laughing nervously. I said I was there and I heard him. After the initial shock passed, he got mad. He said it's rude to eavesdrop. I said it's rude to bully people. He tried telling me that it was just a joke, that I shouldn't be so uptight, that it really was funny. I said that I didn't find it funny and went to the guest to calm down. I assume you mean guest room. He
Yeah.
started panicking. He was asking me to please talk to him. He was much more apologetic and said he will be 100% honest with me. I asked if his mother made similar comments before the barbecue. He said yes. I asked him if he ever defended me. He said he tries to. I don't know if I believe him. He told me he loves me and respects me. I don't know if I believe it either. I said that I love him too, but I need a break. He's all I've ever known. He was my first and only partner. I have no outside perspective. She should get a hall pass. I have no outside perspective of this. I have no experience. I need a moment to think. I will be going to my friend's house for a while to think everything through. The apartment has his name on the lease anyway. After I gathered some of my things, he kept texting me nonstop. He tried calling me, but I didn't respond. I was very hurt because he tried to belittle my feelings, and only later, when he realized that I might break up with him, started apologizing. The next day, I decided to give him another chance to explain himself, and I came back to the apartment. He seemed very sad and tired. He said that he told his mother that I overheard them. I said I don't care. It's his time to step up and show me that he cares. I'm not interested in an apology from his mother. I'm already done with her. I can't put up with this behavior and mocking me like we're in primary school. I saw a comment saying that probably her ego is hurting. I think it's true. She never got the chance or never had desire to have an education. She's a very good homemaker, but outside of that, she doesn't have many interests of her own. If I'm asking about her making tomato soup, she will be talking for 30 minutes lecturing me about adding enough sugar, but not too much. She will lecture anyone who is willing to listen, but anytime someone is talking about something she's not familiar with, she gets defensive and try to imply that nobody cares about that, and if it's not relevant to her, it shouldn't be discussed. Once again, he tried telling me that I should relax because it was only a joke, and at this point, I had enough. I took off my ring and told him that his behavior is a joke and I can't be the punchline.
Damn.
Nice.
That's good.
I told him, yeah, I told him that I wish him and his family the best, and to look in the mirror to check if they really are as superior as they think they are. I said I'm going to be back with my friends soon to pick up the rest of my stuff, and to not contact me again unless it's about moving my things out. And that's it. I'm done. Thank you all for the advice. Without you, I wouldn't have had the confidence to lead this man. I know I deserve better. I can't be with someone who can't stand up for me, and I wouldn't be able to feel comfortable around his family. So I'm done with the relationship. I hope they will treat his next girlfriend better. Thank you again, Reddit, for the advice. Relevant comments. Commenter. Keep on being curious, not judgmental. OOP. Same. I absolutely love that show. I watched it with my ex, and I think it's funny. I'm not understanding what show. I think it's funny that he didn't like Ted and thought his character was not relatable and silly. To be honest, we all should have Ted's strength and positivity sometimes. Commenter. OP, your ex mother-in-law can still.
Oh,
Never became.
Ted
Never
Lasso.
became. Okay.
Sorry, I just got that. I was
OP,
thinking
your
Ted the bear, but no, sorry.
Your ex mother-in-law, which she never became mother-in-law, but ex soon-to-be mother-in-law, can still go and get an education. Many have, and there still is time. That's no excuse for what she did, and her saying that and acting like that shows how uneducated she is. OOP, I think so too. I believe it's never too late to start learning something new and continue education. In my uni, there was an old lady in her 70s who recently graduated, and everyone was just so proud of her. In my country, university is free, so the barrier of entry isn't as bad as in the US, for example. I feel like she's Australian or something. It's been some time since I posted the last time. This is 3 months later, sorry. So I thought I'm going to give you guys a small update because some people still keep messaging me. I appreciate all the kind words. So I got my own apartment now. I lived with my best friend for a while, and she was an amazing support for me after the breakup. But now I have my own place closer to my university and work. Turns out my ex-fiance didn't tell his family that we broke up. I blocked them all except for the ex because we needed to keep in touch in order to get my stuff from the apartment that we shared. And nice, oh, sister-in-law. And a week after the breakup, she texted me and asked when I will come to the parents' house because everyone wants to apologize. I called her and said that we're no longer together and I don't really want their apology. She seemed shocked because my ex was telling them that we're fine, she just needs some time. Ex sister in law told me that the family is still fighting over this whole ordeal and that the brothers are giving my ex a hard time about the situation. I told her nicely that I don't really want any updates. I like her, but I cannot put my energy towards following their every move. She told me she understands. I don't know what happened after that with them. I'm happy, went on a date with a cute guy I met in a cafe, but I'm taking everything slow and I don't want to rush any relationship. I'm not ready because just 3 months ago I was planning a wedding and right now I'm single and focusing on study and work. When I graduate, I want to adopt a kitten, and that's my only goal in terms of any big commitment right now. I also rolled in CS 50 by Harvard X, and I recommend you all try and learn something new today. If you have any questions, then feel free to ask, and I will try and answer in the comments. And boy, she did. Commenter, update on the kitten, please. Okay. And she says, I've always wanted a kitten. This may sound like a lot, but consider adopting two together, two siblings or a bonded pair. Okay, they're
Yeah, it's
kittens.
just all about the cats.
Okay. May I ask if you already gone and picked up your stuff from his place and blocked him for good? I hope so for you to end the chapter more easily. Yes, after a week and a half, I was done picking up my stuff. I tried not to be petty and take my silverware, for example, and not give him a reason to get mad. I didn't want to come alone, so I only went with when my friend had time to help me. That's good. He did get mad when I took my air fryer. He loved it more than anything.
Of course.
I blocked him after I took everything that was mine.
Damn. And now he does not own an air fryer.
Clearly, he doesn't own an air fryer. X's family. I think even though the brothers still think what the family said during the barbecue was funny, they are giving my ex a hard time because he let a good one go or something like that. They don't think they were in the wrong, but they're making fun of me for not standing up for me, and they're laughing at the fact that I
Making
broke
fun of
up with
him.
him. I broke up with him, and he didn't even have the balls to tell them. One of them said that if someone called his wife stupid, he would defend her, even if she would have done something dumb. You don't have a sister-in-law. Law is literally in the title. Yeah, it's just easier for people to read and understand. I didn't want to call her my fiance's brother's wife because that's long and awkward. Seems like you moved on very easily
Just like my
from love
penis.
to engaged,
What?
from love to engaged, and blocked within a few weeks. Hell yeah. Yeah, the love faded really fast. I didn't expect it. The attachment to him is still there, but I very quickly started feeling love for him when I fully realized that he sees me as stupid and at the very least not on his level. Yeah, damn. I don't know if I could. If I really didn't like someone, I'm not sure I could just stay with them. Good God.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. I thought OP was really gonna be like annoying because I have customers who come in and for some reason they want to play 20 questions with me, and I'm just like, hey, can I get back to my job? You know. Like they'll ask one question, I answer it. They ask another question, I'll answer that one, and they ask a third. I'm like, okay, why are there so many questions? But then when she explained that, like, oh, it's usually about a situation, or if thankfully she knows what the internet is, which is a huge difference between her and my customers. Uh, so she'll just write them down and like go to the internet later. So
Because they're still using the telegraph.
yeah, I don't even think they know what that is. I have people coming in asking to fax shit, and I'm like, bro.
Hey, I because of Tobuscus, I know what that is.
Yeah, only because of Tobuscus.
Yep.
But you get my point, though. I thought she was going to be a little more knowing. Turns out she's not. So I apologize about that. Yeah, good for her for leaving that situation. It it's strange that the boyfriend would even bother trying to defend her.
I don't understand it because I defend people that sometimes that don't always deserve to be defended. You know, when it's for a point that doesn't really have any weight. You know, like if you're going to complain about someone, at least make your complaints realistic. You know, I don't know if that makes any sense, but you know,
Makes sense.
if you're just complaining for the sake of complaining and you say something false, even if it's a person I don't like, I'll still be like, yeah, that you know, they wouldn't do that. I know you don't like them, but like, shut up. They're, if you really don't like someone, you'll find something true that you can complain about.
Yeah. And then that person that they were complaining about that you're defending comes up and is like, hey, Stefan, thanks. And like, shut the fuck up. This isn't about you.
Exactly. Shut the fuck up. I didn't say we're friends. I just have dignity, unlike you.
Stay away from me. All right. So, next story.
Okay.
Unless you want to read some comments.
She added comments in hers.
All right. My 24 male. What? Oh, yeah. 24 male girlfriend, 21 female, wants to go on an out of state camping trip alone with another guy. 24 male. So, I love my girlfriend, and I do trust her. But every girlfriend I've had has cheated on me, and I'm terribly insecure about her spending alone time with someone in a situation like this. Okay, now I gotta ask, how many girlfriends have you had? Because it's just like one or two. I'm just like, hey man, that happens sometimes. If it's like he's dated like 10 girls at this point and they've all cheated on him, I'm like, bro, see the red flags.
Not even if he's never been cheated on, I wouldn't touch that with a 10-foot pole. Because in my philosophy, if I were to go on a camping trip and I was going to go alone with a female, I'd be single. I would not expect my girlfriend to be okay with that. And because that's how I am personally, I would expect my girlfriend to also be the same, to follow the same logic.
All right. We have been together for 2 years now. I met her my senior year of college because of
Cringe.
yeah, my college town was her hometown. I moved up to her college town to live with her after I graduated, and I found a great job there. For months, she's been talking about us going to Maine to camp for a week for a vacation with
Nice.
one of her best friends. Let's call him Kyle. Oh, can't trust a guy named
Oh,
Kyle. And his girlfriend. I've never met Kyle since she lives 2 hours from him now, but she was very open with me, and when I asked about him, he's only one of her closest friends since middle school. Oh, he's been one of her closest friends since middle school. They like each other for a they liked each other for a bit throughout the years, and the summer after she graduated high school, she had sex with him, but it never went anywhere because she was going to school, and he ended up being this girl, his current girlfriend. Let's call her Anna. Soon after, they been together since. Uh, so I was all down for this couple's trip. Well, recently I found out the week they had planned it, I'm being sent out of state for business and can't take off. Uh, and now Kyle's girlfriend can't go either, so it will be just my girlfriend and Kyle on the coast of Maine camping and spending alone time together for a week. I asked her what Anna thinks of this. She said she's only met Anna a few times, that she knows my girlfriend and her boyfriend had a sexual past, but that it's okay because she trusts him uh, and knows how excited my girlfriend and him are to catch up and see a new state. I want to tell her no, but I can't be that boyfriend. It's the only week has man, she has off between summer and fall semester. She has said her friend Kyle is moving to North Carolina for a new job in September, so she probably won't probably not see him for a long time.
Oh, is he bald and fat?
Probably.
Should
It
throw him a party.
yeah, a going away party. It wouldn't be fair to expect her to stay home her only week off from school because I have to go on this business trip either. But I can't help but feel it's unfair to me run off with an old flame slash current friend. It just seems really off to me. I've never met this guy. I don't know his motives, and he's going to be sleeping with my girlfriend and our dog in a tent for a week. How do I tell her I don't want to go I don't want to go alone together without I don't want her to go alone together without being a controlling douche fuck. Thanks, Reddit.
Not the asshole.
Yeah.
Okay. Keep going.
Uh, this is actually a first post, and then I'll get to the update. Tell her you feel some comments here. Tell her you don't feel comfortable with her going alone with the guy. Make it about your feelings, not about her cheating. I tried this at first. She just brushed it off, kinda. Okay, I already hate her. Anyone who's just like, yeah, you know that thing called feelings that you're having? I'm gonna need you to stop that.
This is the fuck your feelings group.
Yep. Um, Worried boyfriend. I've known him most of my life. We've had these plans for months. Just because you can't come suddenly doesn't mean I should rearrange my plans for my only week off uh, for for you when you won't be around anyways. I want to go hike and see the cliffs and coast, not to elope with a good friend. Yeah. Um. Yeah. I don't trust her. Like, I'm sorry.
Yeah, pretty sketchy that they had a sexual past.
Yeah. No.
That's not good. Even without it, I'd still be like, okay, come on.
Come on. Yeah.
I
No.
mean, do they have separate tents? Not that it makes it okay, but like, god damn, if they're expecting to be in the same tent, then yeah,
Even then,
there's just no good way to look at it.
even then, there's just a zipper separating them.
Well, that's all that separates most of humanity anyway.
That's true. I sent you the update so you can read it.
So I was overwhelmed with responses, and thanks for everyone for the help. I decided to talk to her about my feelings and see how she dealt with them, telling her she needed to re-expand it to a group trip and not share a tent alone with him. Here's how it went. So she comes home and she's so excited to show me the new climbing gear she bought for their trip. Great. I tell her we need to talk about the trip and Kyle, and she looks a little worried. I preface the conversation asking more about her and Kyle's relationship. From what I gathered, they're closer than I thought, yet this actually reassures me. She was his rock when his dad died, and he was hers when her best friend committed suicide. He has a place in her heart as a lifelong friend that no one else can fill, and I have one hers as a lifelong partner that no one else can either. I have to suck it up and live with that. She seems to really like Anna, and Kyle apparently really likes me from their talks. They're happy. They're happy the other found a great person and realized they weren't compatible anyways, and only tried it out of a loneliness thing after both losing important people. I can live with that. So I tell her I know it's impractical, but I don't want her sharing a tent with him. She says that's fine, completely reasonable of me to ask, and she just wants to make me comfortable. She says she can try and pack lighter in other aspects. Cool. So I tell her the trip itself makes me uncomfortable, and why doesn't she invite someone else? She mentions that's okay and can invite her friend Allie. I hate that spelling of Allie, who just got back from Colorado. They can just bring the four-person tent again for them three and a dog. Okay, yeah, them three and the dog if Allie wants to go. Oh, but Allie's a very hot, very promiscuous lesbian and was my girlfriend's first sexual encounter. Nope. Anyone else?
Ha! What the fuck? Just when you're like,
Damn.
it's getting better. No, it's not.
Listen, I know you didn't want me to cheat on you with this guy, so I cheated on you with multiple people.
And a dog.
Oh yeah, her friend Taylor maybe, but she'd be kind of a drag. Oh, that's okay. You used to hook up with Taylor too. Jesus. At this point, I realize it boils down to the fact that I am jealous, and I don't want my girlfriend alone with anyone who is attracted to her. Not because I don't trust her, but because I have this fucked up mentality that I have to prove myself and be there to claim her or something. If I want this relationship to work, I have to force myself to get over that. This trip will help. So I tell her that, and she insists she doesn't have to go if I'm really that insecure. We can take baby steps and work on it together. No, I say, I want you to go. Enjoy your only week off. You earned it. So we decided we are going to drive down there next weekend to Kyle's. We are going to all hang out and properly meet, eat some dinner, drink some beers, play Cards Against Humanity.
Nice.
Then Kyle and I will go out to the bars and get to know each other, and her and Anna will do whatever they want to. If I don't like him, I tell her, and we will call it off. I think this will really help and make me feel comfortable. In the end, my girlfriend's sexual past makes me uncomfortable, but I'm sure mine from my fraternity days scares the shit out of her too. Good God, everyone's just got insane body counts, I guess.
Imagine this guy only has like never slept with anyone.
Oh yeah, just so you know, I slept with Kyle too.
We all slept with Kyle.
That's the problem. Is everyone wants to sleep with Kyle. I don't trust you. It's just I don't trust him. His body is too damn attractive. I can't control myself around him. How can you? But I just like that oh yeah. But just like I only have eyes for her. No, I know it's the same. What? Now I know it's the same, probably. She's still not going to sleep in the same tent as him and said she can probably rent some single tents from the University Outdoors Club. Way cool. You guys were all divided on whether to ask her to stay or let her go, but I think we found a good compromise to make us all feel better and still let her go. TLDR, too lazy didn't read. I told girlfriend it worried me, and she was way understanding and willing to do whatever / cancel to make sure I was comfortable, which only made me trust her. Worked out a compromise that we would hang out with Kyle and Anna beforehand, and she will be sleeping in her own tent.
Yeah, good. Because if she had just been like, well, I don't care what you think, I'm going on this trip, I would have been like, sus.
Like I said, the separate tents thing, I mean, ultimately they can end up not doing it, of course, but at the very least, it shows a good amount of trust that you're willing to get some small tents for both of you, you know? I guess she wouldn't need a small tent. She'd need a pretty big tent because I think the dog is theirs. But,
I'm just like,
top comment.
I just love how like she's like, yeah, I can invite this other friend, but we've also had sex together. Okay, I can invite this other friend, but we've all had sex together. Okay, how about this? The friend sleeps with Kyle, you sleep with the dog. Well, about that, we and the dog have actually. Oh my god!
I'll invite my mom, but you had sex with your mom too. Like,
God damn it! Is there anyone you haven't slept with?
at that point, brother, I think you should be reconsidering your relationship, not this trip. Anyway, top comment is don't, or at least the first comment here is don't be hard on yourself. One person's jealous is another person's street smart. These blogs are filled with stories about guys who were two-timed by a woman who portrayed their male acquaintances as just good friends, leveraging off their trust, naivete. Be open-minded, but not so open-minded that your brains fall out. Yeah, someone even said here, not sharing a tent won't do anything. This guy can literally walk over to her tent, or vice versa, and bang each other's brains out. It doesn't matter if she goes to a week's retreat with OP. They have no friendship or any ties that would stop him from having sex with this girl. See what people say to that. False security and nothing more. The second tent may never get unpacked. Hey Bertha, why isn't there any mud or moisture on your tent despite the fact that it rained cats and dogs during your camping expedition with that heavy hung European stud friend of yours? See? He likes them too.
Everyone does. I went to OP's account to see if there's any more updates, but there's surprisingly nothing after that. Which kind of sucks because there's a comment here asking, how if they could update when they have drinks and whatnot together, but it doesn't look like we ever got that update.
Damn. This is 11 years ago. Jesus.
Yep.
Set up a freak jar while she's gone. Every time you panic, put $1 in there. Then use that money at the end of the week.
Somehow there's like $1 million in it at the end of the week. What the fuck?
Yeah, here it is. Does your girlfriend have any friends she hasn't fucked? Jesus Christ.
Did OP respond to that one?
No. Period.
Damn.
Then they respond. I don't know, man. In my mind, sex changes a relationship. To me, these are all her exes, and judging by how insecure you are about this camping trip, you share a similar view. You are just going to hurt yourself by trying to change the way you think instead of just finding someone you are compatible with, because this is a fundamental incompatibility. I was being a little sarcastic with a no, OP again. Everyone just keeps asking that. The girl that was her first sexual encounter, they were like 15 and fingered each other. And I guess I use hookup as a loose term. She used to make out with the other girl and shit in high school. It's not as bad as it sounds. It's not her fault. All of her friends like girls. Honestly, the more I think about it, the more I just want her to have fun that week. It's totally my fault I canceled on my spot on the trip. While she would be more than willing to cancel her flight and sit at home watching Game of Thrones that week. Oh, wow, this is definitely an old post. I don't think it's necessary with the compromises and her willingness to make sure I'm okay with everything. Well, good luck to you. I hope it works out for the best. Please update us on how it goes.
Yeah, and there was no update after that, so I guess maybe he died.
No, I hope that means it's a good thing. I mean, if he's willing to complain about his insecurities, or he ended up being wrong and it went poorly, and he didn't want to say anything because he'd admit to being a cuck at that point.
Yeah, pretty much. Not the asshole.
Yeah, no. If that were me, if I had a girlfriend and she was on a business trip, and it was on the week that we were going to have a vacation with another couple, and this other chick's boyfriend left, and so now it's just gonna be me and her, I'd be like, nope, I'm not doing that. Out of respect for my girlfriend. Yeah. And I think if I'm willing to do that, I think it should go both ways. It's just the principle of it. It really is. It's really not much to do with trust. I get it. It's an inconvenience, but that's life. Get the fuck over it. It's more important that you keep your relationship sane and healthy than it is to have some weekend trip that you can ultimately replan. You will have more weeks off, all right? I fucking guarantee it. Unless you're working the mines every single fucking day.
Well, I mean, I had to work for 2 years before I could get a week off. So I mean, just saying.
Yeah, but
And at the same
I
time,
have an education.
that's a good point. At the same time, okay, college fucking graduate, shut the fuck up. At the same time, though, it's also not only she has this week off, but also it's the last time that her this friend of hers also has that week off.
Well, then they could do something else. You know?
Instead of
I mean,
camping
out of
together.
all the things, camping, like sleeping together, is not the idea. If they wanted to go out and watch a movie together, sure, that's borderline insecure for some men. I get that, but I mean, going out and seeing a movie together one night because or and partying or something, sure, that's great. But like camping, literally sleeping together. It does speak volumes to her that she was willing to like suggest. Or I think she suggested all that. The bringing an extra tent and whatnot.
Yeah,
It wasn't like him saying that, and she just goes, "Okay, I guess we can do that." So
yeah. I don't know. I can see both sides of the argument, but with no update, I can only hope that things went well, and maybe they're still together. Who knows? I mean, based on how insecure he's feeling, they're probably not, but hopefully they are.
hopefully it went well with him, but yeah, I wouldn't. I wouldn't agree to that.
Yeah. Don't bet on it. Yeah.
Yep.
And that's why I don't gamble. Anyway.
That's also why we don't have girlfriends, I guess.
Yeah.
We treat them with respect, and that doesn't work in this world.
Not me, bro. I'm over here being the alpha male. Anyway, that's all the updates we have for this whole episode. So if you guys enjoyed this episode, you can go and make sure to like and subscribe, and comment down which story was your favorite and what are your thoughts and opinions on these stories. And also comment down with any Reddit stories you'd like to see me or others read in the future videos. And with that said, thank you all for watching. Hope you'll have a good one. I'll see you all next time.